Welcome back to Powerboating in Paradise with members of the Florida Powerboat Club. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy, and we are hanging out in the Pompano Beach studio and having a lot of fun watching all these video clips from a bunch of poker runs throughout 2022 and kicking things off here on the Miami Boat Show Poker Run. It was our big event for February, and we were rolling into episode 3 with feature coverage of this event, which has been running for 27 years. So before we get started, let's thank our sponsors. Our 2022 series sponsors include Blackwater Boats and their sister company Deep Impact Custom Boats and their authorized sales center Plantation Boat Mart, Mystic Power Boats, Cigarette Racing Team and their authorized sales center Top Gun Yachts, Cigarette Dealer Chief Marine Group, Midnight Express Power Boats, Big Thunder Marine, Concept Boats, Performance Boat Center, Mercury Racing, and Florida Powerboat Club's longest running sponsor, Nortec High Performance Boats. And also joining us as feature sponsors for the Miami Boat Show Poker Run are the following companies: DCB Performance Boats, Legend Marine Group, dealers for Nortec, MTI Marine Technology Inc., and Manatee Marine, dealers for H-Craft Powerboats. And this finds us back now at Haulover Marine Center, and following a format that we like to use for our last two shows, giving you guys a little bit of everything with a visual of what goes on here at Haulover Marine Center at the start of every poker run, and then a little bit of everything as we make our way down, picking up poker cards, heading through Grove Harbor and down into the Florida Keys. So this format's worked out well because it shows you a little bit of everything as we now show some boats going into the water. And that is one of the many moving parts to this event every year. Of course, Haulover Marine Center is a great place to do that. And with an abundance of hotels nearby, all the teams can easily stay overnight and then just wander their way down to the marina. Many of them already in the water from the night before, but a lot of them yet to go into the water today. Of course, Miss Jackie and her FPC girls here all set up with some nice food and beverage for the morning to get you started. Right, Jackie? And that, of course, is another one of our little features with these events, because you really don't need or have the time to sit down and do a long breakfast in the hotel. So we suggest to everybody, just get your bag packed and get down in the lobby, jump in an Uber or jump in the FPC shuttle and get your butt down here at the marina, because your boat's going in the water like this brand new Deep Impact. And I know for some crews it's just a routine procedure to get down and get on the boats and get out on the water, but for some teams, oh my God, it's like a military operation, getting everybody down from the hotel, make sure all your bags are on board the boat. So you want to be able to do that, in kind of a timely fashion, but not feel like you're rushed. And thank God we've got a beautiful day here now shaping up. Temperature's going to go well into the 80s. And it seems like things are really coming to life here as all this precious cargo begins to arrive on the dock. And I'm already starting to think ahead about who's going to win the Sexiest Crew Award for this Miami Boat Show Poker Run. But I think that everyone is really getting into good spirits immediately, because here we are in the middle of February and the weather is beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, and the winds are super light. That means we're going to have a smooth ride all the way down to the Keys. And I think that's what sets the tone for what is about to become a great weekend ahead. Well, guys, it's that time when we get to start the poker cards again and get a close-up of all of our registered teams as they gather up card number 1 here at the docks at Haulover Marine Center. And our first up, it looks like it's Don and Teresa Goins, Team Blue Heaven. It's a 2012 Nortec 340 Sport with triple Mercury 300 Verados as Teresa reaches and does the card gracefully. Good job there, and she's got her life jacket on. So big points for this team. They came a long way to be here. Altogether, 10 miles they traveled from Fort Lauderdale. Holy geez, we actually have a team from South Florida. Amazing. And time to say hi once again to Sal Olivia from Long Island, New York, in this 39-foot cigarette center console. And another beautiful red bikini. Seems like red is the theme today, huh, guys? And looking just fabulous here as we grab a card. This boat has been completely redone. And, of course, Sal is a big cigarette guy. His last boat was a 42X. And it seems like the center consoles are really winning today. That's 3 in a row now. This one a brand new, or fairly new, Nortec 390 Sport, John Stella from New York. And again, I've said this many times, it's one of my favorite Nortec 390s ever built. It's got to be something about the red and the beautiful cream or tan colored interior. and it's got a set of triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. Guys, this is a beautiful boat for doing poker runs. And here's a Deep Impact. We haven't seen this boat on the run yet, and this is Corey Murray, Team Destination Unknown. Came all the way from Lake of the Ozarks, and they own CNC Transport, so actually transport a lot of power boats for our Florida Powerboat Club members. And there's a nice shot as our crew member grabs the card, and looks like they got a fun crew on board today. Corey says he's been waiting a long time to attend our events, and now that he's got a center console, he decided this was the one. Okay, you high-performance guys are happy to see now that we've got Tori Robeson pulling up to the dock in his cigarette 42X. It's powered by Mercury Racing 1100s. He told us a funny story in his video bio. He actually saw this boat on social media. It was called Make the Reveler Bounce, and it had well over 1 million views. He saw the boat on a video, and he fell in love with it, and he had to find it, and next thing you know, he owns the boat. Awesome story. And it looks to me like we've got another cigarette pulling up. Yes, it's Bill Mulholland and his first mate, Jody Kaplan, in this 39-foot Top Gun Team Pirate Booty. It's powered by Mercury Racing 565s. And he told us he didn't have to travel from too far. He came over from Naples, Florida, where he has a home and does a lot of his boating in Southwest Florida. And that makes me think, I wonder if Bill got through Hurricane Ian okay, because obviously it hit Naples real hard. We'll have to check in with him. And it's 2 in a row for Matthew Lazinski from Maryland in this big formula. He did the winter poker run back in January. Here he is again a month later on the February run. And it's very apparent that times have changed for poker runs, guys. This cool formula has all the creature comforts of a big yacht. And look at that, 4 Mercury Racing 400Rs. So she's got some giddy up. All right, guys, pay close attention to this blue and yellow Active Thunder. Michael and Navita McClellan here pulling up to the dock in their 37 Active Thunder, getting their poker cards. So what I see now is I see a blue and yellow boat. Oh, but what do I see here now? Oh, I see a silver and yellow and blue boat. It's Team Cold One Confessions. They're a long way from home, all the way from Illinois. I've always been kind of fond of this 37 Active Thunder because they're built in Pompano Beach, about a mile from where I currently live, and they were involved in the club right from day one back in the early 90s when we got started. And time to say hi now to Scott and Lori Kowalski, both in the medical profession, came down from Jacksonville, Florida to join us. Getting very active with the club now that they're enjoying this PILINI Statement Cat, powered by Mercury Racing 450s. This couple works hard, so I know they're going to play even harder. And let's say a special welcome to Bill and Kim Eastman in Team We Gone. And they are a long way from home. They're Syracuse, New York. That's at the top end of New York State. And they are making it a family affair with this 2021 340X powered by Mercury Racing 450s. They heard about the poker run a year ago when they were at the Miami Boat Show and decided to join us. And another special welcome to Les and Kayla Voudry, Team Afterworks. And it's a first time for them and for their entire crew here on an FPC poker run event. When Les started painting the boat several months earlier, they set their sights on the Miami Boat Show poker run, and somehow all the stars aligned, and here they are now enjoying their first poker run, and there she goes. Got that first lucky card here at the Haulover checkpoint. If you look closely, you'll see a ton of craftsmanship has gone into this paint job, which won Les the award of Best Paint and Graphics for the poker run. And it's time for Eusebio to come up to the dock, and he's got some precious cargo on board, and I'm not referring to the guy in the back seat. I'm referring to that beautiful young lady on the bow of his boat who's making it look very nice. Eusebio was very kind to give me a little ride and let me sit there off of the dock and shoot this entire segment with my iPhone. So we had a nice visit, and I've always enjoyed hanging out with him. He's an adventurous guy, and he's always in good company and seems to be really enjoying this MTI 340X. Well, this is the boat that I had my sights set on at Champion from Big Thunder Marine with this DONZI 38 CRC. It's got some big power. Listen to these Mercury Racing 860s. And here's a team a long way from home. Came all the way from Texas, Shea Struthers and Team Wet Lane. And this is a very unique, almost a one-off boat, a 2009 32-foot concept, 30SD they call it, pair of Mercury Racing 250 outboards. They boated down from Deerfield Beach, but they had flown in all the way from Houston. I didn't know what it was when I first saw it, but look at this cool boat. It's been completely redone, all updated, and what a great ride for zipping down to the Florida Keys, and we've got perfect weather for it. And I finally got a chance to ride with Ed on this new ZRC, and I had about 8 seconds of iPhone time before I had to put my camera away, because this is one wild ride, trust me. So let's fast forward to our next card checkpoint, which is at Grove Harbor Marina. I'm going to check in with some of the teams as they get their poker card, and then we'll spend some time for some high-speed thrills on Biscayne Bay. And a nice shot here from the drone camera at Grove Harbor Marina. Looks like Eric Avila, Team Concept, pulling out from the dock. I know he's got to get down to Gilbert's because he's got a show to put together. He's going to have about 5 concepts on display down there. And now closing in on Laughing Giraffe, this 41-foot skater, Tommy Archer from New Jersey, who had just completed a major refit and repower on this boat. And he's got some Mercury Racing 1100s, and he says he just loves them. And a great shot of Zach Polsky and his crew on this brand new 43 Midnight Express, a Solstice model. Team name is SEADUCTION, and this is one of the Midnights that will be on display in Key Largo alongside some other Midnight Express models. And what a great way to check out these new boats. And this drone shot really just shows exactly how beautiful this interior is. And look at how beamy the boat is. It really has a ton of space. You can bring 20 friends with you and go 75 miles an hour all day long with that Mercury Racing power. And an appropriate segue to the sister ship to that last Midnight. This is the factory entry, and that is Hagen enjoying her day on the boat after having a couple of kids. She's out, said, "Daddy, I want to go play. I want to go on the poker run." So she's joined her husband, Eric Glazer, and they are showing off the number 100, and that's what she is, the 100th Midnight 43. And it is very apparent that Eric pulled all the stops when they built this boat. Plenty of bling and every feature available on board. And joining in with the Midnight crew is David Carey from Maryland and his 37 team Punch It. And this is a crew that will never disappoint you guys who enjoy our show for the eye candy factor, because David never lets us down. That's just his style. Congratulations to David and his entire crew for running another successful Tiki Lee's event. They do a poker run and a big shootout at their restaurant in Sparrows Point every summer, and we've attended, and it is just a blast. And speaking of the Tiki Lee's event, here's a crew that I hung out with when I was up there last summer. This is John Wittenberger Sr. and his 39-foot cigarette, and he has the lovely crew member, Miss Tori, going to be reaching out for a poker card. And I've had the pleasure of riding with them on a few different poker runs. So happy to say that John and his crew have been involved in the poker runs for over 20 years. I can't even remember how many boats he's had during that period of time, but seems to be really loving this cigarette center console. Here's a great shot of how our chopper kind of moved into the frame and stole the show. But they're not going to stick around too long. We prefer it when the helicopter stays away from the boats when they're doing the car checkpoint, because it, first of all, sprays up some water and occasionally can blow the boats right into the dock. So we're going to leave the drone to do its job and capture all the excitement here as we now catch up with Ron and Dione Paul from Illinois. They've seemed to like this event. They've been here at least 2 or 3 years in a row in their 32-foot Sensation. This one's powered by twin Mercury 400 Verados, and you can see their logo on top, www.performanceboatcenter.com. Well, that's because that's his dealer where he purchased the boat, and they sell more Sensations than anyone. And it's one more time with the McClellans on Team Cold One Confessions, the 37-foot Active Thunder, which has a different personality on either side of the boat depending on which way you look at it. Now, you can't hear this boat right now because we're shooting with the drone, which has no audio, but with these Mercury Racing 525s, this thing sounds like it has like 2,000 horsepower. It just sounds like such a beast when it goes by. And it's one more time, and this time a different angle, to check out this super cool 2014 42 MTI Les and Caleb Woodry, who can proudly say that they redid this boat completely. And there's so many little subtle details in this paint job, and Les explained a lot of them to me in his video bio, but when you get up close to it and you see all the little things he did with that paint job, it's absolutely phenomenal. And to have a boat that's now going on 7 years old to look so fantastic, I think it's obvious that he's taken a lot of pride in his work, and they are going to enjoy this boat for many years to come. And let's say hi once again to Sal Olivia from New York in this Escape from New York 39-foot cigarette, which replaced his 42X. And I love that 42X. It had a beautiful paint job and Mercury Racing 700s. But, you know, he says, Stu, I'm just happy with this center console. It's such an easy running boat, easy to maintain, low maintenance, and it's just the right answer for so many of us that want to do a lot of Florida boating. And it looks like the last boat up to the dock is by design, actually. Of course, I'm riding on board, but we're going to pick up some precious cargo here, riding along with Eddie Champion. So we actually tied up long enough to recruit our FPC girl, Kendall, who had just finished the task of handing out all of the poker cards. And we've invited her to go along on the poker run for the weekend. And she's like, yeah, of course. So... So she gets on board, and I told her, you better hang on, because this DONZI has got a lot of power and a light layup, and it is a fun boat to ride in. And we're about to find that out right now. Special thanks to Team Big Thunder Marine for joining us. They've got 2 more boats, actually fountains, on display down at the Key Largo Poker Run Village. So that wraps up all of our Miami-based activities as we now take a little ride away from the docks at Grove Harbor Marina. And you know, over the last 2 or 3 episodes, we've showed you all of our activities up here as we stage and get started on the poker run. But every once in a while, we jump ahead and show you some of the things that were happening down in Key Largo. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to fast forward to the next day, which was Friday, and another beautiful day you can see from the skies. And we're now flying out of Marathon, which happened to be the nearest helicopter we could get our hands on. And this is going to be a fun run day. Remember that some of the boats will remain on display at Gilbert's for the Poker Run Village format. But, you know, most of the people who came down here came down to play. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And just looking at these conditions that they have today, that would involve maybe driving from Key Largo down as far as Isla Mirada, maybe to Marathon, maybe further south. Some people had their sights on Key West for lunch. So there's no reason why you can't do it. It's about 100 miles from Key Largo to get to Key West. And, you know, if you're cruising like Bo and Tiffany here at about 80, 90 miles per hour, that only takes about maybe an hour and a half to get to Key West. So it's an easy ride for a lot of these boats. And with these conditions today, why not? So let's chase down Team Dirty Money now, this 36 skater, as they have fun in the Upper Keys. There's a nice visual of just how nice it is to be running around here in the Upper Keys. Remember, it's a Friday, so you know you'd see more boat traffic on a Saturday or a Sunday, but looks like today is a perfect opportunity to enjoy the performance of these catamarans. And now catching up with Chris and Quinn Lamort from New Jersey in this 36-foot skater. This is a 2000 model, so think about that, guys, a 22-year-old boat. Of course, she's been completely painted and repowered more recently with Mercury Racing 700s, and that is the power of choice for Team Dirty Money. So the two of them are equally matched in power and performance, and they just seem to have got this thing dialed in, and a nice groove here as they cruise together across these open bay waters. Guys, that is the money shot. Now let's check in and see what the center consoles are doing. Well, they're doing about 45 right now. Team Wasabi, Mike Pizzolente, who's really been enjoying this triple engine Mystic 42. And why not? You know, it's a perfect boat for coming down to the Florida Keys with your friends and family. And they have been doing a lot of poker runs with the club since they got this boat. Well, we saw all of these Midnights pulling up to the dock for poker cards, but now we get a chance to see them run. Eric Glazer and his wife Hagen on board, and this new 43 Solstice Team 100 was on display at the Miami International Boat Show. Many of us saw it for the first time, but that's what I love about this Miami Boat Show run. Now you're getting a chance to see this boat actually out on the waterways running, and to me, that's how you really can showcase the boat. And if you're talking about sales, this is what closes deals. When people see these boats run, or when they get a chance to ride on them and feel how great they perform and how much space they have on board, and it's just an amazing feeling. This Midnight 43 has been such a successful boat in the world of performance boating, and particularly here in South Florida. Of course, they're built right here in Miami, and you can't go out on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon and not see at least a dozen Midnight Express models. I don't care if you're in Boca or Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale or Miami. You're going to see some Midnights around because they have dominated this market, and they continue to do so. Here's Zach Polsty with his new 43 Solstice. Essentially the same boat that we saw with the number 100, but obviously decked out differently, a lot of custom features, different paint and so on. And that is the key distinction, that when you build a boat like this, it's going to be exactly what you want. You're going to have the colors you want, the interior you want, and custom features like your sound system and underwater lighting, things like that. But when it comes to power, it's going to be Mercury Racing. And typically, Quint 450s for this boat is a pretty normal selection, but we've seen a lot of 43s with quad applications. And here, again, here's Darius Cerisa. He's got a slightly older model. He's got quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. And this boat has just been a dream for Darius, as he tells us all. And you'll see it on Facebook if you follow him. But here's a guy who loves going fast, so he's got a DONZI CRC that goes well over 100 miles per hour, but he's also got a lot of friends. So now having this Midnight Express 43 allows him to bring 10, 15, 20 people on a poker run or out to Lake Boca where he likes to hang out. And that's why this boat is perfect for his boating lifestyle. And for so many of you guys out there that have a lot of friends, you don't have to leave anybody on the dock. 15, 20 people, no problem to go out and buzzing around for the day or even on a poker run. And catching up now with Team Destination Unknown, Corey Murray, who brought the boat all the way from Lake of the Ozarks, a Deep Impact 399 model, Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs. And I remember this boat very well just a couple of years ago when it was delivered to a dealer in Lake of the Ozarks. And looks like he managed to find that boat and purchase it and bring it back to Florida where it was built. And I think they picked the ideal event to attend because just enjoying the beautiful weather that we have here. And I have to point out, I think this is cool, that they're just driving the boat nice and slow and casual because all the girls, 5 of them up front, just enjoying the day. And this is not a time to go hammer down and start, testing the performance of your boat. These are the kinds of shots and video clips that I absolutely love. And now getting some time with Ed Champion on this DONZI CRC sponsored by Big Thunder Marine. And I mentioned earlier that it's got big power, and look at that rooster tail coming off those M8s. These are Mercury Racing 860s, so those are the QC4 platform engines, non-turbo, and a lot of power for this boat, and it's a super light layup. And I just want to say that this boat is so fast and so much fun to drive, but you really got to hang on because it's light and it's going to be moving around a lot, and you can see how it planes out. It just literally sits right up on top of the water. What a fun ride, and thanks to Ed Champion for letting me ride along today. And it's nice to see Robert McAtee and his crew back all the way from Oklahoma, enjoying the poker run in this Nortec 390 Sport. Got triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. This is a very popular model on our FPC roster. And we're going to just have a short clip. I wish we had more, but this is Michael Friedman in his 41-foot Apache Team Crazy Horse. He is an avid collector of really vintage, old-school race boats and performance boats, and you just got to love this 41 Apache. It is truly a classic. Now it's time to introduce you to one of our newest sponsors, Julian Maldonado, who's a boat racer and also works with Manatee Marine. They are the distributors for H-Craft center consoles, and he brought the brand new 44 here on this run. Let's check it out.
Hi guys, my name is Julian Maldonado. I'm with Manatee Marine Unlimited. We're here at the FPC Miami Boat Show Poker Run. We're inside of our H44Z. It's a new model that we're offering in the U.S., built by X-SCAPE Powerboats. The 44-foot length overall, poker run, high performance. It can be a fishing boat also. Center console. It's got a just under 12-foot beam. This one is powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450s. Offers a lot of seating, a very roomy, spacious boat that handles rough water very good. Reach a speed of almost 90 miles an hour. So on this particular model, we did textured black powder coating. We haven't done the sea deck yet because we've only had it in the States about 3 weeks, so we've been getting it ready for this and the Miami Boat Show and all the other events going on, throughout this month. But yeah, on this one has our oversized hardtop. This one, we also put the STR Slimline Series brackets, which give us a lot of adjustment in the transom to get more speed, better handling, whatever the case may be that we're looking for. This one came pretty much already set up, so all we did was raise the motors just a bit, and we got it to go from 85 to 89 mile an hour. So we have two 16-inch Garmins. In the center, we got a Mercury 9-inch vessel view. Wet Sounds head unit powered by all JL stereo. Crazy LED lighting all throughout. At night, this thing really comes alive. So for more information on this model, you can visit our website, www.manateemarineunlimited.com.
Big Thunder Marine had a great showing with 3 boats registered for the event and on display at Gilbert's. We caught up with Shad Vera, who operates their Key Largo store, to tell us all about these 3 boats they brought along.
I'm Shad from Big Thunder Marine in Key Largo. We're standing on the 32 Fountain NX powered by triple 300 Merc racing engines. This is a perfect boat for all of you in South Florida who want to run around, hit the sandbars, and run up and down from Miami to the Keys. The fuel economy is great and the speed is fantastic. We're running about 74 miles an hour on this, 74.2 to be exact is the fastest I've stretched out the legs on her. 50 to 60, you're going to live somewhere around 1.2 miles to the gallon. You can see the layout has got all the seating forward and aft. She's extremely comfortable. You can see on this build that we put the triple Garmin screens on here. Bow thruster to make it easy on any dock that you're pulling into, and a sure shade when you're hanging out at the sandbar. Here we are on our iconic 38 Fountain, powered with triple 400 Mercuries. We build this either as fishy as you want, or as poker run style as you want. This boat is well known. It's one of the best riding hulls you'll ever be on. She runs about 105 with quads. Here we are in the DONZI 38 ZRC. It's a poker run after all, so we had to bring some hot stuff with us. The burgundy color is one of the most gorgeous color schemes I have yet to see on any of the boats here at the poker run. Powered by twin 860 Mercs, she'll get up and dance on you as well.
Well, we covered a lot of ground and water on this episode, guys. Really action-packed with a lot of details about new boats and a lot of fun people having a 4-day escape to paradise here in the Florida Keys. But we're going to wrap it up for this show, but we've got one more to go with our feature coverage of this Miami Boat Show Poker Run 2022 edition. So, guys, before you sign off, just need 3 things from you. First of all, like this episode. Secondly, make sure you subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. And, of course, hit that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. Be sure to check out the website at flpowerboat.com for all of the details about upcoming poker run events in 2021, as well as membership information. You can follow us on Facebook at Florida Powerboat Club, and you can follow us on Twitter and on these Instagram pages. Thanks to all of our viewers for your wonderful comments on our page, and you guys know who you are, and I really do appreciate that. But if you have questions or comments you want to direct to me specifically, please use my personal email at stu@flpowerboat.com. I check that daily, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. We're going to sign off for now. This is Stu Jones along with our producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. Have fun out there, guys. Be safe on the waterways. Wear your life jackets when the time is right, and always respect your fellow boaters. Bye for now.